So as I mentioned in part 3, there's still a few more things we need to do to this to make it 3D printer ready. You'll notice when I've got the rotate tool that our object looks quite grey, and this is something we need to fix. At the moment, the wrong side of this object is facing us. It's a little hard to explain, but basically what we need to do to fix it is to select the entire object. Now you can do that by clicking and dragging around the whole piece, and we can see that all the lines are highlighted blue, and that would mean we're ready to do what we need to do. Or an alternative method is triple clicking really fast, 1, 2, 3, and you can see that everything's been selected here. We then need to right click on the object and select this reverse faces, and our object turns white. Now what this does is enable our object to be 3D printed. You don't have to do this every time, but if you do see that your faces are grey, and sometimes they can just be individual faces like so, you need to ensure that all faces are in fact white. Now the second thing you may have noticed as well is when I rotate underneath, I've actually got a giant gaping hole here, an incomplete object. So there is an easy way of fixing this, and what you can do is grab the rectangle tool just over here, and I'm going to click once on this edge where our hole is, and then moving my rectangle to the opposite right bottom corner, I'm going to click again, and we've filled in our hole. Then it's just a matter of getting the eraser tool and erasing any of these overflows that you can see just here, just getting rid of that, over here too, and a couple more bits and pieces. And there we are. This looks like a spanner ready for 3D printing. Oh, of course, that last feature that we're talking about as well, adding numbers. So we know that this is a 10mm and that this is an 8. Now, we can do this multiple ways, but I think the best way might be like an indentation, which will look pretty cool. So to make a 10, it's pretty simple. We just need a rectangle for the 1, which I'm just going to haphazardly put here, and a larger one for the 0, again kind of rushed, and then I might have to zoom in here, so I'm going to press escape, get my hand tool, get my magnifying glass, and complete my, press escape. It's wanting to snap to the edges there, as you can see. There we are. And I might get my push-pull tool, push it down a bit, and this one here the same thing. So I'm going to push down that. Great. Now, because we've gone a bit haphazardly, these aren't the same size, or same depth I should say. So let's do it correctly. Push down a bit, and I think 1.5. And same thing, pushing down a bit, 1.5, hitting enter. We've got our 10, and now we're going to put a 8 in, and I think just some circles will do the job for us. Great, and some circles in the middle. Yep, looking good. Just got to get that eraser, clean up those lines, and then we can just push that down. Again, our 1.5. Great. Rough, but effective. Got an 8 and a 10 for our spanners. Let's have a zoom out, look at our final product. Very good. Now, the big question is, will these work? That's where I have to go to the 3D printing part. Now, you're going to need a plugin for this next component, for this next part, that allows us to export into a .stl file. And the STL files are the accepted file format for our 3D printing software. Now, to do that, you need to go to the extension warehouse, this button here. Now, by clicking that and with an internet connection, all you need to do is search up for STL converter. It does take a little bit of time to load. There we are. So let's type it in, STL converter. that goes for us. Again, a bit slow. There we are. So this one here, import and export STL files for 3D printing. We're going to hit the download button here, and then we just need to install it. And after download and we do our install, and you'll need to sign in with Google, then all we need to do next after our installation is File, Export STL, hit Export, save it as our spanner, choose your location, hit Save, and we've got the required convention. And that's it.